If you're a student pilot or getting ready for your commercial pilot exam, you may find airspace difficult to remember. What are my cloud clearances? What are the visibility requirements? What altitude am I at? What class of airspace is this? Is it daytime or nighttime? I struggled with this too until I came across this visual aid from the YouTube channel Just Plain Silly. None of the information you're about to see is unique to me. All I've done is taken his visual aid and put it into this format so that you can see it more easily. Now this is called the 3-1-3 method, and we'll find out why in just a moment. But first of all, let's review. In order to be in Class A airspace, you have to be on an instrument flight plan, so there are no visibility or cloud clearance requirements. Flying VFR in Class B airspace requires 3 miles of visibility and remain clear of the clouds. So that just leaves us with Class C, D, E, and G airspace. This visual aid is going to focus primarily on classes E and G, so let's go ahead and write those on here. E on the left and G on the right. Now make sure you draw the G just like I have it here with that little tab, because that'll be very important here in just a little bit. Now this is called the 3-1-3 method, so let's go ahead and write that down. A 3 inside of the E, a 1 on the left-hand side of the G, and a 3 on the right side. We'll come back to that little C in a little bit. The next thing we need to do is to draw a horizontal line right across the middle of the E and the G. This line is the 10,000 foot marker. Anything in Class E or G above 10,000 feet requires 5 miles of visibility, 1,000 feet above the clouds, 1,000 feet below the clouds, and 1,000 feet horizontal distance from the clouds. The rest of the visual aid is going to focus on your requirements below 10,000 feet. Now we're going to draw a vertical line right through the middle of the G. This is going to differentiate for us between day and night requirements, day on the left and night on the right. Next, we're going to draw a horizontal line across the bottom part of the G at the bottom of that little tab. That marks 1,200 feet above the ground, or AGL. So now we have Class G broken up into day and night, above and below 1,200 feet AGL. Next, let's take that 1 and drop it straight down, and we'll do the same with the 3 that's inside the G. Now you'll see in the bottom left quadrant that we have 1C. So for VFR flights in Class G during the day below 1,200 feet AGL, you just need 1 mile of visibility and remain clear of the clouds. For the rest of these, we're going to write 152. In Class E airspace below 10,000 MSL, you need 3 statute miles of visibility, 1,000 feet above the clouds, 500 feet below the clouds, and 2,000 feet horizontal distance. For day VFR in Class G airspace above 1,200 AGL, you need 1 mile of visibility and that 152. In Class G airspace at night, it doesn't matter if you're above or below 1,200 feet, you need that 3 miles of visibility and 152. So we've covered Class A, B, E, and G airspace, but what about Classes C and D? They're covered under the same VFR requirements as Class E below 10,000 feet. So if you're sitting for your private pilot or commercial pilot written exams, one thing that you'll have available to you is a pencil and a piece of paper. In order to more easily answer questions about airspace, once your test starts, feel free to jot down this visual aid. If an airspace question pops up, just glance over at your cheat sheet, which is not cheating by the way, and you'll have the answers right in front of you. Now, I know that there are a lot of mnemonic devices out there for airspace, so if one of those helps you more, that's fine. At the end of the day, though, the written test isn't the thing that will keep you safe or legal. It's your understanding of what you've learned. Don't just be a good test taker. Work hard to become a good pilot.